We're just now getting that line that's going to be impacting us here at home, crossing the state line from Oklahoma into Arkansas by about sunset. We're going to talk about detailed timing in just a moment, but you're watching that line just now progress. Lots of lightning on these cells. We've got 2 tornado warnings, one towards the north. This is kind of a secondary line. This one may fizzle out over time, but this is that main line. 1 tornado warning. This is just west of Stillwater a little bit. A couple severe thunderstorm warnings. With these storms, they're producing some hail, gusty winds, and also some rotation. The yellow box shows you the tornado watch that's in effect. It goes right up into the state line with Arkansas. Delaware County is included, and then back west towards Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Stillwater, west to Woodward. So we're going to be watching this line progress over the next couple of hours. We've already had several showers and thunderstorms today in northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, and that's not helping things out because with so much rain, things are soaked. And when we got gusts of wind coming in with this line's just going to expand over time and just march and just really hit us later tonight. With those gusty winds, with everything saturated, trees are likely to have a better time falling over just more easily. And so you're probably going to have a lot of power outages, we think. We got to be on the lookout for power outages tonight. But right now we've got rumbles of thunder for us. If we zoom in just a little bit closer, this is that line. And so there's spaces in between some of these storms at the moment. That's not going to be the case later tonight. This whole thing is going to fill in and then march eastbound. What's eventually going to happen is once it's all one line, we'll be mainly watching for gusty winds, and some of these winds could be topping over 70 miles per hour. So now you're getting close to hurricane status at times with some of these gusts. So this line's going to march on through, but on the leading edge where you have different notches, we could see some rotation. There's likely going to be a couple tornado touchdowns across Oklahoma, and then eventually Arkansas, we will be next with those storms. Now, one thing that is kind of helping us out, we talked about the bad thing with the rain, just making it more easily accessible for trees to knock down. But with that rain, we've really used a lot of energy here at home. Now, this warm front's going to try to help us out. This warm front has better fuel, has a little bit more moisture in the atmosphere. This is slowly moving northbound. If we can get this thing to at least clear northwest Arkansas, we'll be in business. Basically, think this warm front is kind of opening up the air for these storms to just fire on through. It's already opened the air towards Oklahoma City, and it's working on it for Tulsa. If this thing can swing through, we'll have even a higher chance of severe weather. If it can't, because we've got cool air right now, we'll show you the temperatures in a moment, we may watch storms be very intense in eastern Oklahoma, and then as they cross in near sunset, they may start to weaken over time. And over time, they will have to weaken just because we lose daylight. But they may weaken faster. So it really depends on this forecast. We go in what's called nowcasting, where we kind of throw out all models or anything like that. And we just have to look at exactly where fronts are, what the exact temperatures are, and humidity and dew points and all that stuff. So we're going to be watching this warm front slowly lift forward. The farther north this goes, the more open for business that we are. We got 1 severe thunderstorm warning. This is closer to Hot Springs, but we're going to have some of these cells continue to fire up. Notice how you look south and east, these rain showers just continue to pop up. So we're going to continue to have rain off and on this evening for northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, but this line will eventually march through. You guys see a couple more pop-ups towards Fort Sill. This whole thing is going to be lighting up. Oklahoma's in for it tonight, and eventually we will be in it for it tonight as well. We've had a good rumble of thunder too across Johnson, Springdale, Fayetteville. Lots of pockets of lightning coming into Rogers right now, and then this is headed east towards about Huntsville. Beaver Lake is about to get pretty loud for us. We've got more cells in northern Crawford County. This is near Cedarville and Uniontown. You guys in Mountainburg, be on the lookout. More heavy rains coming in for you guys. Poto, we've had off and on rain today. A good downpour there coming in over Kavanaugh Hill. A couple lightning strikes too. Some of these cells could try to produce some small hail. In fact, the cell that just went over Johnson, this could have up to about pea-sized hail. So you guys in Carroll County, be on the lookout for that. Berryville, Eureka Springs, Huntsville, and Madison County, we could get some small hail. These aren't monster thunderstorms, but they are loud. We're getting it right now in Rogers as we speak. Bentonville, we've got some rain around us towards the north and west, towards the new 540 bypass there, Hiwassee, Gravette. We've got another good cell for us too. Fort Smith, we're mostly dry at the moment, but we've got more downpours coming in from the south and west. Temperatures are crucial. If we can get that warm front to push on through, we'll watch the temperatures go up because we may be able to break a few of the clouds. If we can break some more of these clouds, these storms are going to be able to just roll on through. If we can't break the clouds, if we just stay cloudy and kind of cool like it is now, I still think we'll get thunderstorms because these storms will be racing in from the west. They will start to weaken, but they're going to be using up fuel that Oklahoma's been building. It takes a while for the cooler air to be fully ingested and to watch these thunderstorms dissipate. So no matter what happens, we're getting a nasty line. later this evening. We'll talk about timing in just a moment. We're in the 60s now, got that south wind pretty much area-wide. Let's go through hour by hour. Let's go ahead and go to 7. So we've got an hour or so left until sunset. There's that nasty line of storms coming in from OKC and Tulsa. It continues to march eastbound, but we've really got to watch the leading edge of this. Where we've got notches is where we could get some quick rotation, but along the edge, there's probably going to be some gusty winds up to about 70 miles per hour. So what's going to happen is this evening, the sun's going to be setting, and then the sky's going to look really weird off in the distance because, of course, the sun sets in that western sky. It'd be setting right towards those thunderstorms. You can see these massive towers of clouds off in that western sky when you look towards Oklahoma. The line comes in. You'll get some very gusty winds. The shelf cloud's probably going to come in, that very dark, scary cloud coming in where it's just kind of all black and it just really intense and marching eastbound. But along the edge, you'll get these really strong gusty winds, lots of lightning, and then the rain's going to pick up. And then once the rain has fallen for about 20 minutes, the severe threats start to go down, and then we just got heavy rain for a while. It's right along the leading edge where you've got to be on the lookout. This is 9 o'clock. Now crossing the state line into Benton County. Storms coming right into Bentonville, Cave Springs, Centerton, Hiwassee, Gravette, Siloam Springs. We're going to be getting that rain. We're going to have our crews out watching some of the lightning. They're going to be stay put. They're going to be stationary in safe locations, but watching that lightning as it rolls in so we can exactly know the position of these storms. Fayetteville, just before 9 o'clock, we should be okay, but then after 9 o'clock, that's when the storms arrive for us. River Valley, we've got a little bit longer to wait. In Fort Smith and Van Buren, it might be another hour or two, but Sequoia County, western Sequoia County, Vian, Webbers Falls, 9 o'clock, about time for us. The storm just completely blows through Bentonville, Fayetteville, heavy rain on the backside, 10 o'clock for us. 10 o'clock in Van Buren and Fort Smith, that storm's going to be approaching. So about 10 o'clock is when we need to be on lookout. And around Genuine Road and Kelly Highway north to Van Buren, Alma. This continues to press eastbound by 11. Storms really blow through Poteau and Kavanaugh Hill between 10 to 11. Fort Smith, we are getting the rain big time at 11. Very heavy downpours in Van Buren coming into Ozark by about 11. We may still be good in Clarksville, Boonville, Paris, and Waldron, but eventually the storms will hit us about midnight or so. But this isn't going to be a huge wide storm for us. It's probably going to last for about 2 hours for you, and then we're going to clear on out. We'll actually have clearing skies on the backside, maybe even as soon as midnight in northwest Arkansas, while the River Valley continues to get hit hard, and then by 1, 2 o'clock, everything is mostly out of here, and then we are done. Storm risk threats, the higher you go basically into western Oklahoma is where we have the strongest storms, mainly because we are so cloudy right now in northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. The rain that we've had repeatedly is trying to protect us a little bit, but when you already have intense storms back towards the west, it doesn't matter if you're still cloudy at the moment. They will weaken, but they're not just going to dissolve completely. They see the clouds and then say, hey, never mind. They're going to come right in, but that level 3 includes all of northwest Arkansas, all the metros, and into Van Buren and Fort Smith, mainly due to those gusty winds. Here's a statewide view across Arkansas. Those storms come in tonight. 8, 9 o'clock is when they're likely to cross the state line. About 8 o'clock is our sunset. So right at sunset, the sky's going to look really eerie. When you're looking towards the west where that sun is setting, you're going to have these massive cumulus clouds, towers of these clouds coming in, and those will continue to press eastbound to about midnight. Notice how the rest of the state, things continue to fall apart overnight, but we've got intense storms for us anywhere between 8 o'clock to midnight, and then we're done, and then we've got more storms coming up for your Thursday. Darren and Erica, they're getting ready for our newscast coming up. We've got a lot of news for you, but we've also got a lot of weather as we watch this line come in from the west. Make sure you keep it local, keep it here, and as always, this evening, we'll keep you updated.